I've spent 20 years walking into companies on the worst day of their lives. The day the old rules stopped working. New system, new process. Everything they knew, gone overnight. And every time, I watched the same thing. A few people read the new rules. Most people pretended nothing had changed. Guess which ones were still there a year later? Right now, that day is happening to you, to all of us. The rules of work just changed in a silent update, and almost nobody read the patch notes. So let me review the game. Because there is a way to win it, and there is a way to get deleted. And the difference is not talent, it is whether you even know you're playing. Here is the first trap. It kills the most players. Every game has two kinds of characters, players and NPCs. The NPC follows a script, same path, same lines, every day. And here is the thing about NPCs. They do not know they are NPCs. Ask anyone if AI is coming for their job and watch what happens. Sure, but not mine, not my work, not what I actually do. A machine can draft the deck, but it can't read the room. My job is the safe kind. I have said that sentence, you have said that sentence. And it feels like analysis. It is not. It is a reflex. And the research on this is brutal. Put people in a test and they overrate their own performance by almost 20 points. Not other people's, their own. They judge everyone else accurately. Then they inflate themselves. And it gets worse the higher you climb. In a Federal Reserve survey, the workers least afraid of AI were the ones with the most education, the people with doctorates, the most credentialed people in the building, the most certain it would never touch them. That is not safety. That is a moat with nobody standing guard. The NPC trap is not stupidity. It is comfort. Not mine feels good. And feeling good is exactly how you miss the update. So let's read the actual rules, because this is where both sides get it wrong. The panic crowd says whole professions are about to vanish. The comfort crowd says nothing is really changing. Both are wrong, and the data is clear about why. AI does not eat jobs, it eats tasks. Look at the most exposed job on the board, software programming. AI covers maybe 3/4 of the tasks. A third of workers, it doesn't touch at all. No job on the map is fully automated, not one. And the frontier is jagged. Two tasks that look equally hard to you sit on opposite sides of an invisible line. On one side, AI makes you faster and sharper. Cross the line, and the exact same tool hands you something confident, polished, and wrong. In a study of consultants, using AI outside its range made them 19% more likely to get the answer wrong. Read that again. The tool did not just fail, it made smart people fail while feeling smart. So, my profession is safe is the wrong sentence. And so is my profession is doomed. The board does not score your title. It scores your tasks, one at a time. And they are scattered on both sides of a line you cannot see from where you are standing. Now, the bet most senior people are making, without ever saying it out loud. I'm safe because I'm experienced. 20 years of judgment, you can't download that. I want that to be true. I am one of those people. But the map is rigged, and it is rigged in the opposite direction. Stanford tracked millions of workers. In the most exposed jobs, young workers, 22 to 25, lost 16% of their employment. Their senior colleagues, same jobs, barely moved. Why? Because AI copies what is written down. The textbook knowledge a new graduate sells, what it can't copy is the tacit knowledge. The judgment you only earn by doing the reps. So yes, today experience is a real shield. That part is not cope. But watch the trap close. If AI eats the junior work, the first drafts, the grunt tasks, the reps, then ask the question nobody in the corner office wants to say out loud. Where does the next senior person come from? Your judgment was not born senior. It was manufactured. Years of junior work built it. Cut the on-ramp, and you don't just herd a 24-year-old. You slowly stop producing the person you are right now. Look at what is already happening to junior coders. For a decade, the advice was simple. learn to code, you'll always have work. Then the models got good at exactly the kind of clean, well-defined code a junior writes, and the Stanford data caught it. In software, the youngest developers took the hit, while the senior engineers, the ones who architect, decide, and debug the mess, got more productive, not less. Read that carefully. The tool did not replace coding. It replaced the entry-level version of coding, the rung you used to climb in on. And nobody has answered the obvious next question. If there is no junior rung, who becomes the senior engineer in 10 years? Your safety is real, and it is being financed by a pipeline that is quietly being shut off. That is a very different sentence than "I'm fine." Once this lands, players tend to die one of two ways. They look like opposites. They are the same death. The first is denial. Nothing to see, not mine. Back to the script. The NPC's favorite move. The second is panic. Refresh the headlines. Doom scroll the layoffs. Feel everything, do nothing. And here is the trick. Panic feels like the opposite of denial. Like you are finally taking it seriously. You are not. Both are ways of not looking at the board. Denial says, there is nothing to see. Panic floods the screen until you can't see. The player who wins does the hardest thing in the game. Keeps their eyes open and their feet under them at the same time. And there is a reason that is so hard. Because this was never really about your salary. For people like us, work is not how we pay for a life. It is the life. Ask me who I am, and I'll tell you what I do. So when a machine reaches for the tasks, it does not feel like it is reaching for your income. It feels like it is reaching for you. Psychologists have a name for it now. Algorithmic anxiety. And it is not the fear of unemployment. It is something deeper. A fear about your value, your identity, whether the thing you built your whole self around still means anything. One person described it perfectly. It felt less like I lost my job and more like my job description got rewritten overnight. You see it in small ways first. The graphic designer who was proud of how fast she could mock up 10 options, watching a model do it in 9 seconds and feeling something go quiet in her. Not fear of the layoff. Something worse. The sense that the thing she was best at just stopped being special. That is the wound, not the paycheck, the specialness. And that is the real reason the NPC trap is so strong. If admitting the machine can do part of your job feels like admitting part of who you are is obsolete, then of course you reach for "not mine." It is not a thinking error, it is armor. Which is why you cannot win this with facts alone. You win it by changing your relationship to the game. So here is how you actually play. 5 moves. Move 1. Sort the board. The Stoics had one idea worth stealing. Every worry goes in one of 2 boxes. Things you control, things you don't. Whether the market disrupts your field in 2029, not your box. Which tasks you deepen, which tools you master, who trusts you, all your box. Most of your anxiety is just energy poured into the wrong box. You can't control the wave. You can learn to swim. Move 2. Audit your tasks. Is my job safe is a useless question. It only triggers the reflex. Ask a colder one. List what you actually did last month, task by task. For each one, a single question, codified or tacit. Could a good model do a passable first pass? The codified tasks are not where your value lives anymore. The tacit ones are your real position. This is uncomfortable on purpose. It is also the first honest map you have ever had. Move 3. Climb the tacit stack. Everything the data shows points the same way. AI is strong where things are written down, weak where they are not. Judgment under ambiguity. Trust that makes a client take a hard call. Owning the outcome when it is your name on it. So spend less of yourself on what the machine is closing in on and more on what it falls apart at. That was always the senior work. AI is just making it obvious the rest was never the point. Move 4. Go anti-fragile. Safe is a fragile goal. It needs the world to stop changing. It won't. There is a stronger target. anti-fragile. Build your skills so that every shock makes you stronger, not weaker. Treat each new tool as a threat to deny, and you get more fragile with every release. Treat each one as an instrument to absorb, and you get harder to replace over time. Same technology, opposite outcome, the only variable is your posture. Move 5. And this one is the hardest. Unweld your worth from your title. If your whole identity is I am an SAP consultant, or I am a lawyer, or I am a copywriter, then every threat to the title is a threat to your soul, and you will keep reaching for denial because the alternative is unbearable. But I am someone who solves hard problems and helps people through change. That survives any tool. Protect the character, not the costume. So, how do you know if you are winning? Every game has a rating. Here is yours. 4 scores. Be honest, nobody is watching. 1. Your tacit ratio. Of everything you did last month, how much was codified and how much was real judgment? More codified than tacit, you are exposed. And now you know your direction. 2. Control discipline. Where is your energy going? Into the wave you can't control or into learning to swim? 3. Anti-fragility. The next new AI tool that lands in your field. Is your instinct to deny it or to absorb it? Your instinct is your score. 4. Identity independence. Finish this sentence without your job title. I am someone who. If you can't, that is not a small problem. That is the whole game. Add it up. Not to feel good or bad. To see the board clearly, maybe for the first time. Because here is the truth the NPCs never get. The game does not care whether you knew the rules, it scores you anyway. So, reality or hallucination? Both. The hallucination is not mine. That is the reflex, and the evidence that it is a reflex and not a judgment is overwhelming. The reality is that whole professions are not vanishing next year. Durability is real, but it does not live in your title. It lives in the tacit, the trusted, the accountable core of what you do, and only for as long as you keep feeding it. So stop being an NPC in your own career. Do not tell yourself you are safe. That story is exactly what stops you from doing the work that would make you safe. Give up the comfort of, not mine. Trade it for the harder line. Parts of mine, yes. So let me become the parts it can't do. That will not soothe you at 2 a.m., but it is the only sentence still true in the morning. I built you the scorecard. It is in the description. Go play your actual position. The game already started.